Okay, good morning class. So at this point we have done this paper this morning, but for the recording purposes I'm going to redo the paper since I've cut the paper up already. So it only makes sense just to do it now one time. Okay, so again this is not done in front of a class. Okay. Alright, so this was the grade 10 paper, the control test. As I explained to the group that question 5, which is your exponents, I'm going to do it, but it wasn't done with this group as yet. But since it's in the video, in the paper, I'm going to complete it one time. Okay, so this is control test 1 of 2016, the Leadership College. So the question says copy and complete the following table. So we have 1 over 7, we've got natural numbers, we've got integers, we've got irrational, we've got rational, and real. So to complete the table here, firstly we're going to tick if it's part of that set and cross if it's not part. Okay, so it's rational and real since it's a fraction. The cube root of negative 8 is negative 2, so it's not natural, integer, not rational, and it's real. 0, 1, 8 recurring, 1 is recurring and the 8. 0, 1, 8, 1, 8, 1, 8, not natural, neither integer, not irrational, rational and real. 3 pi, of course you put that in the calculator, you'll see it will give you 3 pi. And then press SD, set into decimal. As you can see, it's an irrational number. And of course the real as the number is this class. The square root of 3 squared, that is going to give you 3, so it's natural, integer, rational and real. In question 1.2, it says, which two integers does the irrational number square root 259? So it's going to be 15,8. So it's 15,8 something. So of course it's between 15 and 16. The square root of 250 lies between 15 and 16. Let's look at number 1.3. It says a round off to 2 decimal places. So of course we're going to plug this into the calculator. So it's a fraction, the fifth root of, fraction, the fifth root of 5164 times 10 to the exponent 4. And that's over pi plus, it's an improper fraction, a mixed fraction, sorry. We first get it in that form, so you press shift and fraction button, 6 and 1 over 7. So that gives us an answer of 17,24. That's 17, okay. The 25. Yep, 17,25. As the number is greater than or equal to 5. People question 1.2. Get rid of the brackets. So the question says simplify. We're going to get rid of the brackets. So 2x times 4x is going to be 8x squared. 2x times 2y is going to be 4xy. Negative 3y times 4x is negative 12xy. Negative 3y times positive 2y is negative 6y squared. And of course we've got like terms here. It is 8x squared minus 8xy minus 6y squared. Again, you could have gone from that step into the final step here by doing that middle step, which is this part in your head. No problem with it, okay? But as we know, these videos are watched by the weaker learners mainly, okay? So I don't want to lose them. So again, this one here, the rule applies. As you can see, the first term squared, the middle term is the opposite operation with the first term times the second term, and the last term squared. So I can say it's going to be 8 cubed minus 8b cubed. Now say you didn't know then of course what we need to do is to multiply the story out. So it's going to be a times a squared is a cubed, a times 2a is going to be 2a squared b. 8 times 4b squared is going to be 4ab squared. Negative 2b times a squared is negative 2a squared b. Negative 2b times positive 2ab is going to be negative 4ab squared. And negative 2b times 4b squared is going to be negative 8b cubed. Now, of course, we add like terms here. So those two are like terms, while those two are like terms as a simplified and give us 8 cubed minus 8b cubed. Okay. Both ways you get the full mark if you, as I said, can pick up the okay, the next one for 6 marks. What we need to do first is we need to do that there, that square, multiply that. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply that story out there. So it's going to be 2 into x times x squared, x times 3 is going to be 3x minus 2x. It's going to be positive x minus 6. Again, you can't do that. Write it out. It's going to be 2 into x squared plus 3x minus 2x minus 6. Okay, then you add that, you get a middle term. Negative 3 into binomial squared, square the first term times second term times 2, so it will be negative 2x and the last term squared. Again, you can't do that, write it out twice, we multiply that out. It's going to be 3 into x squared minus x plus 1, which is 3 into x squared minus 2x plus 1, and that's what I got on top there. Plus, as you can see, the rule applies here, so it's going to be x squared minus 4, otherwise you can say x plus 2 times x minus 2, so they give you x squared minus 2x plus 2x minus 4, with that cancels to be x squared minus 4. That's what I have again on the board there. Okay. So again, we're going to get rid of the brackets here, so I can add like terms thereafter. So it's now going to give us 2x squared plus 2x minus 12 minus 3x squared plus 6x minus 3 plus x squared minus 4. So like terms there, this will be our like terms, minus 12 minus 4 minus 3 as well. So 2x squared minus x squared is negative x squared plus x squared cancel. 2x plus 6x is 8x. I didn't need the positive there. Minus 12 minus 3 is minus 15. Minus 4 is minus 19. So it's 8x minus 19. Right. The next one, the last one, question 2. We ask what's the value of the expression. So what we do first is we need to simplify. As this dot's mean to say it carries on following that pattern. So 1 plus a half is going to be 1 and a half, which is 3 over 2. 1 plus a third is going to be 1 and a third, which is 4 over 3. The next one is going to be 5 over 4. The next one is going to be 6 over 5, and so on. Last term here being 207 over 216 times this 1 here. If I add that, it's going to be 2016 over 2015. The one prior to that is going to be 2015 over 2014, and so on. Okay. So what I notice is that 3 cancel 3, 4 cancel 4, 5 cancel 5, 6 cancel 6. 2016 cancel 2016, 215, 214, and so on. So what are we left with? We are left with the 2 and the 1 over 2 multiplied by 2017 over 1. This gives me, of course, an answer of 2017 over 2. Okay. Let's carry on. We're busy with question 3. The question says factorize completely. So we can factorize further, we take it further. Okay. So the first one, the question says we've got 3a squared minus 12. Take out the common factor. Common factor overrides all type of factorization. So now we've got difference of 2 squares. So it's 3 into a plus 2, a minus 2, or a minus 2, a plus 2. Okay. The next one is going to be 3 for 1.2. To trinomial here, we draw the product line. There's many ways of doing this. This is the way I find it's not the easiest, but you have all your factors here. So 1 over 24, 2 and 12. The other method I normally will get 1 or 2 factors, 3 and 4. So I always use this. We add or subtract our products, we subtract because it's negative. And my factors are 1 times 12 is 12, 1 times 2 is 2, 12 minus 2 is 10 of course, and that's what I want. So it's a 1 and a 2, a 1 and a 12. It's an x and an x. Okay, what about our signs? Okay, the sign is 1 plus 1 minus, as the last term is negative. We want to take the sign, the bigger product is the sign of the middle term, so that's plus and minus. Okay. The next one, 3.1.3, again factorized. As you can see here, we've got x as a common factor, and left with x plus a, minus b as a common factor, x plus a. Some of you would have put a negative there. Remember, minus b times positive a is minus ab. As you can see that x plus a is a common factor. I'll take that out and left with x. I'll take that out and left with minus b. Okay. Let's look at the next one. 3.1.4, many ways of doing this. You can rearrange first. So that's a negative 18k squared plus 15k squared. The sign of the cube, sorry, is squared minus 2k. The sign didn't change yet, only when you take it over there, equal sign. As you can see, negative k is a common factor. I'm left with 18k squared minus 15k minus 2. Right, so what goes on the line? With 1 and 2 for the last one. For the first one is going to be 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6. Now if you work out your factors here, you'll see this doesn't work. Okay, remember we're subtracting our products. Now we took our negative as a common factor, it must be plus. Sorry about that, so we're going to add our products. So of course it's not going to work, so you swap this around. So 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 6 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15, and that's what I want. Okay. So it's negative k into 3 and a 2 in a bracket, and a 6 and a 1. Here's k squared, so there goes k and k. What about the signs? The same sign in this case, but it's going to be negative. Alright. Let's go to the next one. Right. So 315. As you can see here, we need to swap this around as to get it to be the same as this here. So of course the negative comes out. The negative will only come out if there's a negative between it. Okay? If it's positive and swap it around, the sign doesn't change outside. Okay. So as you can see there, that 6a minus b is common. I'll take that out and leave it x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. As you can see, it's a perfect square trinomial. There's going to be 6a minus b x plus y all squared. Okay. Let's carry on. So that's the sum of cubes here. So you take the cube root of x cubed is x plus y. So we square the first term, it's going to be x squared. Opposite operations is negative first term times the second term, which is xy plus the last term squared. Now, however, this is a difference of cubes now. Alright. Let's go with that. So the cube root of 3x minus 2 cubed is going to be 3x minus 2 minus, so that is the first term. The cube root of 3 for 3 is 7. Alright, so you take the first term and you square it, so it's 3x minus 2 squared. Opposite operations is plus the first term, which is 3x minus 2 times the second term, and the last term squared. So that's going to simply give us 3x minus 2, I'm dropping the bracket, minus 7, there was nothing binding that. Binomial squared, I square the first term, is going to give you 9x squared, that comes 2, so we give you negative 12. 12x plus the last term squared is 4. Again, if you don't know how to do that, you write it out twice, you multiply it out there. You multiply that in, gives you 21x minus 14 plus 49. So it gives you 3x minus 9. Okay. He's going to give you 9x squared. Those two is going to give you positive 9x. Now 14, negative 14 is negative 10, positive 39. As you can see, the first 3 is common and the second letter 3 is common. That 3 times 3 is 9 into x minus 3, 3x squared plus 3x plus 30. Okay. This is without using the calculator to determine numerical value by factorization. So we need to factorize it. So we say 289 minus 18 squared. 289 square root of, let's check. Square root of 289, I think 17. Yes. So this is something going to be 17 squared minus 18 squared. So it's a difference of 2 squares. So it's 17 minus 18 plus 18. So it's going to be negative 1 times 35, which is negative 35. Okay. Let's go to the next one. It says to show that 4n squared plus 8n plus 3 is odd for all integers. So when something odd is when we're adding an odd number plus an even number, or even number plus an odd number, or when odd times are odd. So what we have here is either we go with, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a factor of 2 first. Okay. So as you can see, I can take out 2 as a common factor. So it's going to be 2n squared plus 4n. Okay. Plus 1 plus 4. So you see, with a common, with 2 being a factor then, whatever this number is here, times an even number will always be even. For example, if this number had to work out to be 5 times 2 is 10, it's even. If this number was 31 times 2 is 60, 31, 62, again even. So whatever number this should be, times an even number will always be even. So what we have is an even plus an odd number will always be odd. So therefore, 4n squared plus 8n plus 3 is always odd for n is an element of integer. Okay. Let's go to question 4. 4.1, simplify. So one of 2 things I can do here. Okay. Either I can do x 10x5 over 2ax, change that to multiplication, and give me 3 over x. It's either I simplify here or I multiply. So I'm going to multiply. I don't want it to be too messy here. So it's 2ax cubed. As you can see here, 2 goes into 2 ones, 2 going to 15 times. So it's 15. Where's the more x's on top? So 5 minus 3 is 2. And of course that denominator. Okay. Go to the next one. So what's your LCM here? Of course your LCM is 21. So the sum is times by 7, times by 3, times by 21. Note that I never multiply it out straight away. I first say 7 into 2a plus 1 minus 3 into 4a minus 1. So the mistake always comes in this term here. Plus 21 times 1. Which gives me 14a plus 7 minus 12a. 3 times 4 is 12. So it's 12a plus 3 plus 21 over 21. Don't drop this. If it was in the equation, I would have dropped it. So 14a minus 12a is 2a plus 7 plus 3 is 10 plus 21 is 31 over 20. Right. Look at the next one. As you can see here, you can see the denominator x is common, so it's x into y minus x. Okay. Of course, the x is cancelled, so it leaves you 1 over 1 minus x. Okay. Carry on. Next one. In the first fraction's numerator, you're going to take out y as a common factor, so it's x minus y. This denominator is difference of 2 squares, x plus y, x minus y, times common factor of x in the numerator of the second fraction, so it's x plus y times x over 1. X minus y cancels x minus y, x plus y cancels x plus y cancels y, leaves you with x over 1, which is x. Okay. Number 5, if you're moving too fast, you can pause the video and you can just recap, you can rewind. I don't want to make these videos too long. Okay. So the first one, anything to the power 0 is of course 1, as everything inside the bracket will become 1. The next one, as you can see, the exponents is the same, so this can be written as 2 times 7 raised to the power x. 2 times 7 of course is 14 raised to the x. The next one, as you can see here, this can be written as 1 over 11 plus 1 over 11. Why can't I take that up? Because there's a plus or minus between it. It is simply 1 over, you've got an LCM here of 11, so times it by 11. Times that by 11. So that you times by 11, so it's 121 plus, you times by 1. So it gives you 1. So it's going to give you 1 over. So this basically means divide. So it's going to give you 1 divided by 122 over 11, which becomes 1 times 11 over 122, which is 11 over 122. Okay, let's check. 1 over 11 plus 11 to the negative 1. So remember the sum is without using the calculator, so I'm just checking that this is correctly. Okay. Alright. The next one. So 27 or 9 can be written as, you press 9 equals shift, factorize, 3 squared, 27 equals shift, factorize, which is 3 cubed. So I know most of you can do it without the calculator, so it is also fine. You can use the ladder method or the decomposition method, whichever method you use. You get the mark with it, so you get 3 to the 2n minus 1 times 3 squared raised to the n plus 1 times 3 cubed, and this is all over 3 squared raised to the 2n. So what we have now is 3 to the 2n minus 1 times 3 to the 2n plus 2 times 3 to the 3